Hi, everybody. It's good to be back. Good to see y'all. Not that anybody's, visible to me at the moment. But that all aside, it has been quite some time. I know. I apologize for that. But circumstances have changed ever so slightly around here. And now it is time to get back into the swing of things. Only sending out one link tonight. So, I hope everybody's ready. For anybody who is not aware, the Salt series began years and years ago with a little something called Salt and Sanctuary, which was itself a truly tremendous fun game. I've got well over 300 hours in that game. As far as Salt and Sacrifice goes, I'm only sitting at about 150. But I have been massively distracted by other things, oh well. Here we are. Here is our full setup down over here. We're going with Grail, Sage for our class, Usury for the crime, so we get that bag of silver. Everything else is effectively just cosmetic, doesn't really matter, but we are going to be doing a magic focused build. A lot of people... Yeah, here we go. For the crime of usury, the realm's ultimate penalty awaited me. But there is another way to become a marked inquisitor. I drank the mage bane. I spoke the words. My jailer, brings me to the western frontier where whispers of magic stir. I live now only to hunt mages. That's me. I got the bag on my head. And here we go. And there he goes. With our items. Which we're gonna change out our hood for our actual helmet. Now, I have slightly modified the controls to be more usable. So instead of R2 being dodge, R2 is actually our heavy attack. Which is nice. And by the way, no, I still haven't beat the first boss, no matter how many times I've tried it. Like most Souls-likes, or as they actually are, Metroidvanias, there's something big. Something that definitely hits hard. But we are actually going to attempt. Might just be a little cautious. I might be able to actually do this. Holy crap, that was one shot. So we got 1 HP. We're still going to give it our all, even though we're causing 9 damage per round. Oh boy. Hey, we're doing 15 with our actual arrow attack. So maybe we can do that. Depends on how many iron ore we have. And I know, not the most impressive of showings. We could have gone with the class that hits a heck of a lot harder. But this is the start that I was going for. Ooh, almost did not time that well. Let's see here. Attack. Come on. I need you to do your range stuff. I don't want you to... There we go. Only 4 ammo. I can't do it. Okay. He's not going to give me that time. But that's fine. ping him with our... We will not ping him. Okay, we are done with that fight. Obliterated is the right word for it. Thank the gods. You're stirring. Spell marked, but stirring. So the Magebane rite succeeded. Baliel herself must have been watching over you. When you encountered that beast in the woods, it was pure luck that the stable hen Bren was nearby. You were on death's doorstep when he brought you back to Partner's Vale. Fortunately, I was able to nurse you back to health. You may call me Herbalist Shenna. I am the Inquisitor's healer at Partner's Vale. Here, take this earthen flask. Quaff it the next time you are injured. Perhaps you have questions? No! No, I do not. Stay in good health, Inquisitor. Now, the reason I don't have questions at this time is because I'm really not too concerned with store and lore type stuff. Lore? Not lore. There are no boots here. This guy is our tutorial guy for crafting. Craft equipment at this bench. Upgrade everything over here. You are Grail, I trust. I am Champion Hera. I am technically in charge here at Partner's Vale, but I do my penance here just as you do. You must embark at once to Ashbourne Village, but to do so you must first speak with Rune Reader Daedella. Descend the stone steps to the west until you reach a cat, then descend more stone steps to the east until you reach the pond, then speak to Rune Reader Daedella by the Mirror Gate. And that gets us to the Mirror Gate, which, in the meantime, we're actually going to pick up some items first. So some herbs, some ore, whatever's in this chest. Fire bombs. Up that way is the leveling shrine. So, we have fun with that. Guiltless shards. So, much like a Dark Souls game, when you die, you go hollow. In this case, that's the purpleness to our health bar. Guiltless shards bring us back. And cat with antlers. Even better, you can pet the cat. My cat is glaring at me from across the room. Maybe Bo will make an appearance tonight. I don't know. He's been kind of not liking me the last couple of days. But that's because the dog is also sleeping in the bed with us. So. Some wisp leaf. More Irona ore. Now, this board here is how you do co-op. But are you ready to enter the Mirror Gate? Yes. Your optimism is admirable. I am called Rune Reader Daedella. I am the keeper of the Mirror Gate. The warp of magic has already begun to poison these woods, rendering travel by land nearly impossible. But the Mirror Gate can lead us right to those cruel and twisted mages that plague the realm. The Mirror Gate is activated by arcane words, spelled in rune stones. As a marked Inquisitor, you must always be seeking new runes. I can share a word of runestones with you. Travel to Ashbourne Village. Choose the right runes from the basket, then step into the light. So basically it's hub and then warp. And respawn checkpoints. Make sure to rest and restock whenever you have the chance. And past that, enemies. Which for some basic stuff, you know, we're going to stick primarily to physical attacks for now. Conserve our magic and our ammo. So, regular basic attack, not too bad. Heavy attacks, not too bad. If you are sprinting an attack, you do this little spin swip thing, which actually comes out heck fast, which is really nice. Because it can actually stun lock things. And then right here, there's a little tiny tripwire, which means you get hit by that. And everybody gets hit by that because it's actually quite hard to see. And for anybody who does want to play this, here's your first actual heavy weapon, the Executioner's Maul, if you want to use that. It's not too bad. It's not the greatest, but it's not bad. Great swords are going to serve you better. And there is a very extensive list of items to craft, depending on what you have hunted down. Which we're actually heading towards the first little boss. It's less like a traditional Metroidvania in that normally you would be progressing through an area in hopes of finding a specific respawning boss over and over. But this game works a little bit differently. And once we actually get to the first boss, or the first hunt, I should say, I'll explain a little more. Or rather, the game will explain quite a bit, actually. Those two items there are for our multiplayer, if we ever get somebody to play with us. And always make sure you pick up as much stuff as possible. You don't have weight restriction on items carried. You do have weight restriction on your actual equipment, but not on your number of items that you can carry. And we are not going to be taking in any items except for healing stuff. Specifically because we don't want to waste them on this guy. Urix, Necklace of Ears. Which, like that first guy, has a pretty basic attack pattern, which we can exploit a lot with ranged. However, unlike that first guy, this guy's actually taking decent amounts of damage. Or rather, same damage, but not as ungodly of a health pool. Also, his attack patterns are much, much more simplistic. Oh, he finally hit phase 2. Now he does a double swipe. He actually does have quite an extensive, not really extensive, but he does have more attacks than that. It's just that we weren't in melee range for him to do all of his combos. And that little accessory charm for us to pick up. And like any true Metroidvania, you need items for exploration. Like this grappling hook. Which, when you're swinging around with it, whichever direction you are facing when you throw it out is the direction you will go in. Which means you can do things like mid-air grapple, turn around, and then grapple again. Which is used in some areas. Another good thing about these checkpoints is that you can fast travel between them, as long as they're the beacons and not the minor points. And we will make a quick stop back to camp. Specifically because we now have a lot of salt. You don't collect souls. No, 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 no. This is a salt game. Not a souls game. we get 2 levels and 2 skill stones. So there is 2 separate things here. So leveling up your level specifically does give you a little bit of your health and stamina. But here you have the skill tree, massive as it is. And your starting class actually determines what is initially unlocked for you. Which is why I chose mages, because mages. And we're going to take some focus so we can cast more stuff, and some arcana so we deal more damage. Pretty basic. You also have tier rankings to all the different stuff, which goes from 1 to 5. Every time we run by, pet the cat. And this is pretty much always your starting spawn in Ashbourne Village, but you do have your beacon right there, so any other beacons that you have unlocked, you can just quickly warp over to, which is a good thing, you know? So here we go! Ooh, we got some fine leather. Let's see if we can equip anything else. Yes, we can. There's health, stamina, and poise. Wow, that's a good one. Especially for this early, you know? Oh, we don't really have anything else at the moment. What is that leather for? Ah, tool upgrades. Got it. Look at that, breakable items in the environment. Yay! And wall jumping is available from the beginning. However, the current riding is not. That's a much later level item. Our damage has also increased from 9 to 10, which is good. And you don't have actual combos. You can literally swing until you run out of stamina. Which can be very handy for stun locking things, you know? And don't worry, we're quite literally just about to start our first hunt. So, it's gonna get real busy real fast. And again, the grappling hook, you can only go one direction with it, so things like that. Thank the gods! An Inquisitor! I returned from a journey to Ashbourne Village, only to discover what had become of it. I'd even forgotten about the village's warden seals. Many of the doors are impassable while powerful mages still roam. If you could destroy a named mage, and I mean truly, truly devour its wretched heart, you will gain mastery over the village's warden seals. Many nameless mages roam Ashbourne Village, but only the devoured heart of a named mage will get you past these warden seals. And for those of you who need it, yes, this right here is the first actual farming area that some people use, because rest there and left and right you got 6 enemies. It's not too bad. They all drop weapons and armor bits, which are all useful.
Hey there! You're an Inquisitor, aren't you? Mage being right and all.
Yes.
Listen, if you make your way up the cliffs just behind us, there's a tree at the very top. A talking tree. It told me if you wanted to speak to someone who had devoured the heart of a mage. Have you done that? Devoured the heart of a mage?
No.
Perhaps it's time you began your journey then. And the gatehouse below us is the burned corpse with a strange magical warp to it. If you could investigate the corpse, perhaps it could lead you to a pyromancer.
Which, before we do that, we're going to open this up. Because now, we're right back at the start. So we'll rest up to set our checkpoint. And now, it is time. Named hunt discovered. Devour Argentine. So this is basically what this entire game is about. Exploration to find marked, and then you see these wisps of power, which is what will lead us to where the mage is. You find said mage, and attack said mage, and it summons adds, which can all drop items, and whatever enemies are in the area will also attack the mage. You resting does not refresh the mage's health, just the basic enemies. See, we got suited nail and a gel sack. And if you'll notice, enemies are attacking each other, because maged enemies attack regular enemies. And we want all of the items, because we'll have to actually farm to get some of the good stuff. Actually, we'll have to farm to get a lot of the good stuff. Hi, Bo. How are you doing? You gonna say hello? Say hello. Ugh. Bo says hello, everybody. He's saying hello. Hi. Hey. Hey there. There you go. And yes, he has his bed right here next to me in his own chair. Lots of ore. Yay, ledge locking. And we need all the Irona ore we can find. Because our ranged attack is actually significantly more powerful than anything else. Oh, and if you're not paying attention to elemental weaknesses, you are definitely going to have a hard time with things. Specifically because, like, this is a fire mage, right? So, weak to water. But if you take a water mage on with water, you're gonna have a bad time. A really bad time. Same if, light, dark, thunder, wind, earth. What gets really tricky is later on when you're dealing with the dual element mages. Some of them are complementary, but I think there's like one or two that are opposing duels, which really not fun time. Ooh, I got them both. Now, once you have hit the mage enough times to force him to head to his actual boss area, you do get a screen with a health bar, which I believe we are now at. Yep.
Argentine, the ceaseless fury.
You notice the other enemies are also attacking. They are a distraction. And then you don't actually kill the mage. You rip out his still beating heart.
Mage devoured.
Mission accomplished, and we got a crap ton of loot.
You miserable fool! I need flame. I need the fury. Why did you stifle my rage? Why? Speak, vermin. Nothing. Silent. Like the absence of flame. I need it. Fire. I needed to feel the flame, the smell, the burning flesh. The cold is overwhelming.
And that was a named mage hunt. Now, we could immediately rocket all the way back up to Ashbourne and head straight into the next area. However, back to camp. The Partner's Vale. For a couple of reasons. First and foremost, story progression. Nice work, Inquisitor. Argentine will no longer kindle his foul flame in Ashbourne village. If you haven't yet, I'd recommend taking any relics you collected from his court to Warpsmith Zachiel. If you are to survive in these lands, you will need to learn how to use the very essence of the mages against them. Through Carnifex, even the foulest magic can become a tool of the righteous. Hunt mages, Inquisitor. Devour their festering hearts. Which we did. Now we're crafting. Let's see here. We can make this, and we're about to grab a level up, so we will be able to also make our next. I made the wrong item. I made the high blade. I did not make the staff. Oops. That was a mistake. That was a big mistake. Well, funny thing, you can't unmake your equipment. And the only way to get more items for those stuffs is to start hunting a mage down again. And killing his ads, which we will have to do. So, oops. But that's okay. That is perfectly okay, because we got time. And there is no limit to the times you can hunt a specific type of mage down. It all really comes down to whether or not you find the correct type. Like if you want fire pieces, you have to hunt something with a fire element to it. And it gets tricky because sometimes the mages will move to an area that is impossible for you to get into. But could be worse. But I really, really do need that fire weapon. So, yeah. Anyway, we have a talking tree to find.
The one before me is worthy to hear my voice, and so my voice is heard. Their cries near and far, they awaken me. To the south, the perversion of reality encroaches. I speak the language of the Mirror Gate. Will you follow it to Bolgaran?
Yes.
A satisfactory response. Venture now to Bolgaran. Exterminate that which threatens life.
Mirror Gate rune discovered. Basically, we do certain things, unlock story progression, which allows us to unlock more areas of the Mirror Gate. But first, we're not done here. We are actually going to be traveling into Ashbourne Village itself. And yep, he's just saying the same thing. Okay, I forgot about that. But ward seal broken. Yeah. And there's all kinds of little things you can do to traverse, find items. There's a lot of stuff hidden around. And a lot of enemies. But you can get cool stuff like this. And then get yourself up to areas that you would kind of not realize you could get to if you didn't explore. And yes, if you fall, there is fall damage. You will die. Quite easily, actually. Which is why ladders are a great thing. Oh boy. I really do enjoy these kind of games, though. Ah, Ashpire, which is useful for leveling up our items, not us. But leveling up your items is quite important. I just need a moment. My hands are starting to bug, so time to put the gloves back on. Yay. And there's all kinds of things you can explore and find. Like this guy, who is just an enemy that I misjudged timing on. I'm going to stick to these. Where did he go? Ah, there he is. He just walked completely off screen. And those are only doing 10. Crap. Great, I have one shot left. Which is not going to kill him. Which an enemy like that is not actually one that will stay health depleted. He's gonna fully recharge if I go rest. Which is why I'm gonna try and take him out right now, because he's got some good gear. Oh, I know what I can do. Equipment. And there we go. Only gave us iron ore, did not drop his sword that time. I am a little disappointed, because that means we're going to have to fight him again. Oh well, we beat him once, we can do it again. Exotic strand. Another door that does not open from this side. It has in fact been a minute since I played this, so there's some things I'm a little iffy on at the moment. The merchant. By the gods, I'm saved. Thank you, Inquisitor. My name is Shopkeeper Arnold. I'll return to Partner's Vale, where I shall open my shop for business. Now, before we start that hunt, we're actually going to go rest. Because that is our next hunt. And I was really, really, really hoping to have, you know, fire equipment for the ice mage. But I don't. Because I am a fool. And I was hasty. And I did not read the item description. Oh well. Even though it's not something that I would normally use, this would still be useful because it's a fire type. So we're gonna head back to camp real fast. We'll do a quick level up and see if we can equip a level 2 high blade. Another good thing about this system for leveling in items, you don't actually have to worry about I can talk. You don't actually have to worry about stat requirement. The only thing you have to worry about is whether or not you have the skill unlocked. You know? We don't want to sell anything yet because we need everything. Oh, we're only getting one level up. Oh well. That will still get us some points towards stuff. Where is the high blade? It's all the way over there. We are not making it in that direction. Not yet, at least. But we can take some Arcana, which will up our damage, which should help tremendously. I don't think we picked up the other items we needed for leveling these up. Well, we can at least upgrade our ammunition stock. So that's up by 1. Huh. Alright, next up. And yeah, Irona ore is massively important because you don't just automatically get ammunition back, or your potions for that matter. You do actually need to, as far as I'm aware, find those dropped items from different things in order to craft your potions and such when you're resting. And no, you can't just reactivate it. Doesn't work that way. Yay, our attack went up. And there's a tender vine that we need. Because that'll actually, you know, help us with our haze decoctions and earthen flasks. Also good to note, you cannot activate a grapple while standing on the ground. You have to jump. Here we go. Devour. Salus Zend. Another named mage. Follow the trail of cold to the Cryomancer. Well, here we go. Hunt number 2. Salus Zend. And I am going in the wrong direction, so let's go back this way. Let's see where we're going. Little gremlin bastard. There he is. Now we start our attack. And we're going to make sure we get plenty of items off of these stuffs, because we're actually going to make the correct weapon now for this mage. I'm not going to, you know, hit buttons without reading this time. Like you do. And we're getting plenty of stuffs, which is very, very important, because it's going to take actually a lot of items for us to craft everything that we want and need. And now resupply. Whoa, that guy definitely hit hard. Now, if we had a fire weapon, this would be going a lot better, because we'd actually be dealing decent damage. Is he up or down? He's up. You can break an enemy's guard. They technically have their own stamina bars. You'll just never see them. He followed me down. That little punk. Got some blue finger that time. Hello, viewer. Welcome to the hunt. The morning winter. And mage devoured. And lots of items. So. The comforting cold abandons me.
Life itself abandons me. There is no hope in this place, only despair.
Your destruction brings hope.
You may destroy me, but despair encroaches. The endless tide. The rage-filled lead takes this fragile form. The cold still is shattered.
Two mages hunted. Now we just gotta make it back to the respawn point. Because it's time to make a new weapon. And hopefully we could, get lucky and one of the upgrade items would drop for us for our consumables. But that doesn't seem to be the case at the moment. Oh well. I may have gotten one and not realized it, so we'll check. Nope. Nope. But either way, new item time. Time to make a new weapon. And yeah, as you hunt mages and everything, you unlock armors, weapons, accessories. Literally everything is down in here. So this is the one we actually need, the Class 1 Glacial Stave. And the Rime Powder Rod, which we don't have enough blue fingers to make. Oh, you need so many items in this game. Which we'll get eventually. And there's our upgrades on some equipment. We will set that as our secondary. Stick with the Beloved Idol. And switch out to the Pilgrim's Urn. And we're going to get rid of those Scalen Vanguards, because those are actually just dropped from the basics of the basic enemies. And we are going to buy as many of these salt slivers as we can. I was going to go up here because I forgot there was an item we did not get. Full Moon Incense. Ouch. Oh well, we're still alive. Just a little bit of damage. And where are these things at? There they are. And level up time. Hey, we get 3 levels off that. Cool. So black star stones give us our skill points. Gray star stones remove skill nodes and refund a point, which is useful. We are actually moving over here for the Class 1 light armor, because we do have a set of Class 1 armor, but we are currently stuck in Class 0 armor. Could be worse. We could be dead. And, wait, oh, there we go. And now back to Ashbourne. Because we desperately, desperately need the frickin' Fire Mage to spawn. We don't even need to hunt the Fire Mage himself down. We just need some of his ads to spawn. You know? And since we have a cold weapon now, we'll deal a lot more damage. Like that. Because the tutorial equipment is useful, but not the best by any stretch of the imagination. Had to sneeze. Sorry. Hey, we can go down now. Gremos Maya. There's the Dalen set. Here, this way. And I'm dead. Holy crap, I survived. I was not expecting to survive. I was fully expecting to die right there. We're going to go right back up to Ashbourne and try that jumping area again. This time with less falling. Hopefully. Crater Stone Mines. I know we're not actually geared up enough to go that direction. Though I do want to go in that direction eventually, because that direction is the poison area. Well met, Inquisitor. Tell me, is your heart bright like the dawn? Yes. Beautiful. You are truly a cooperator. I shall meet you back at Partner's Vale. Faction hunt unlocked. The dawn-like cooperation. Go figure, just like the Souls games, there are factions you can unlock. Okay, I'm about to do something that is dumb for me this early, because I don't have the damage for it, but we're going to do it anyway. Not everything is meant to be killed when you meet it the first time. And what I'm about to go towards is one of those instances. but I'm going to do it anyway. Because why not? No, I am not above cheesing. Because let's be perfectly clear on this. It doesn't matter how that thing dies, as long as it does. Like that. Hey, we got some moss pyre. And you notice this is another sealed door. We need one more named mage to kill. Which I know where the next one is. I just didn't want to bring a cold weapon against the water mage. C'est la vie. Maybe we'll get lucky and the fire mage will be en route. Because yes, now that we have hunted the mages down, they actually just are random spawns that you can then encounter. Which is both cool and terrifying. Like this one I really did want to hunt as soon as possible because it's the poison guy and Dot makes me happy. I know that not many people actually like playing Dot builds in games, but I do. I like Dot. Dot's fun. Oh boy, that hurt. Damage over time. Poison, burn stacks. You know, how almost nobody in D4 at the moment will play a poison build, but I'm still basically the only person rocking a non-thorns poison spiritborn. Because apparently I'm crazy. But George, here's the actual thing, okay? You're watching me at the moment. Why are you not getting on? We should be jamming, dude. Dang it. Dang it. No, no. You are not gonna kill me. Well, you being a good father. Well, depending. What are they watching? Okay, that could be good, that could be bad. I mean, are they watching a decent Disney movie or are they watching a live action Disney movie? And even then, there are some good ones and some bad ones. Ah, poison. Yeah, but isn't Cars Pixar? I mean, technically Disney. Technically, but it's Pixar, right? Anyway, here's our next mage hunt, the poison guy. But first we're gonna go heal. Because I'm out of magic, effectively. And that's not a thing that you want when you're playing a mage type character. So anyway, George, I was thinking I might start recording the D&D sessions. Not for nefarious purposes. Your blue wizard does not really need more food. He's eaten a lot of weird shit so far. Like the bar guest. Varen Orvin. Poison mage. Okay, here we go. I am not a high enough level for this. I mean, technically I am a high enough level because you can solo level the entire game like every Souls-like. But, I'm not that good. No, George, see, that's the thing. We wouldn't be animating them. What we would be doing is, in fact, Lego. Eh, 24. Not bad. Poison drops. Yeah, I was thinking like we do... Well, it's stop motion, but yeah, you get the point. You get the point. And I understand 100% that we're definitely not on the level of something like Tales from the Stinky Dragon, but we could still do some pretty cool shit. Oh, by the way, I actually found my large size of that miniature. So, yes, Relic does have a large mini now. We don't have to substitute with the teddy bear. as cool as everybody thought that was. For reference, everybody, our last D&D session was absolutely insane. Because through a series of very lucky Constitution saving rolls, the Warforged grew to be 165 feet tall and weigh over 60 tons. And then tackled a 300-foot wingspan Elder Cloud Ray out of the sky. And on its way down, the Plasmoid Druid hit it with a spell and accidentally got a spell crit, which may or may not have caused it to turn into 60,000 pounds of pure peridot. The gemstone. So there was a lot of rolls for just avoiding physics. It was pretty funny and epic. Well, technically you're not rich yet. You still have to figure out what to do with it, right? Also, why is the water mage here? The water mage should not be here at the moment. I have not started one of those hunts yet. Oh boy, that's not a good thing. Why is the water mage here? The only weapons I have are cold and tutorial. This is not a good thing for me. Oh, poison dude went back down. Okay. Sure. Yeah, I saw it. And you know what? Square Enix should frickin' see it and take notes. Because to be honest, no, I would not. I would not play it if it was an action RPG. I like the tactical aspect of things. It's like if they were to remake 9, and they made 9 an ARPG like they did with 7. I wouldn't play that either, because I don't find that fun for something like that. It's not, you know, if you do like that kind of thing, all the more power to you. You got another game to jam on and enjoy. But it's not my kind of game. I say as I'm playing a Metroidvania. But, you know, different stuff. Making ammo while the enemies fight each other. Hooray for poison. .op. And now it's time for the actual fight. Which means we're going to heal up a little bit. We're not going to bother with the poison bomb on the poison enemy. We are, however, going to throw a fire bomb at him right off the bat.
Varen Orvin, the vilest hatred.
Oh yeah, did you know you can counter with your grapple, and it is basically a visceral attack, like from Bloodborne. Now, please have given me enough items I can make your poison weapons, because those would be so useful. Oh, actually, yeah, I think we did get enough.
My power, my joy, you've ended it, you pathetic, vile creature. Nothing gave me more pleasure than to see my venom strangle the life out of living things, suffocating their hearts with congealed blood. Now I wish I could suffocate yours. My heart is gone now. You took it. How am I still alive?
You won't be for long.
Of course. A cruel executioner. Every inch of you brims with the mindless destruction of knowledge. You relish in the pain of those who followed the whispers. If only I could perish far from the sight of your hideous face. My blood feels so hot. It's burning.
To be clear, sometimes you need a drink after you destroy your throat. Not that that's really destruction on my throat. I've practiced that quite a lot. But the purposeful buildup of the phlegm that I had made it a little difficult to swallow afterwards. So, hence the drink of water. So anyway, now we head back to the base camp. Why? Because we have items to make, we have levels to take.
We're gonna get strong, boy.
And poison equips. Caustic stave. Venom bite, knives, slithering steel half spear, whip, throwing dagger, crossbow. That wouldn't be too bad if I used crossbows, but no, the stave. Should actually take quite a lot of our stuff. Let's see here. We could do that for the poison quips, but we don't really need it. This one we do need because we're about to be equipping poison. But now we don't have enough toxic guts. That's okay. How did we unlock that stuff? We haven't hunted the water mage yet. Oh, it's not the full setup. It's just the armor for the deeps. Interesting. Interesting. And now we get rid of our Iron Band stave and we equip the Caustic stave. Which, by the way, those are your elements that we get to attack with as well. Physical, fire, cold, poison, light, dark. And enemies are one or a combination of all of those. Which is cool, right? And now we can upgrade this with our Moss Pyre, but it takes 2. Oh boy. And we don't have any Ash Pyre. That's okay though. So, I actually do have the high enough stats to use both spells on this. Nice. We're still going to take some levels. Oh boy, 5 levels. That's good. And now some skills. First and foremost, we're going to take Class 1 Light Armor. Oh, I really want to do that. Because that means we can actually equip better, heavier items. And we do need this point right here. We need that. We need all 5 of the glyph slots. Oh, early game, we need so much stuff, and it's actually difficult to decide what to take, you know? But no, I'm not going to refund anything yet. Okay, so we're going to take more damage. And then on our next level, we are going to take down this pathing for more resolve. Right? Right. So anyway, now we've got poison. I hit the wrong button. Oh well. Boom. Nice and fast, right? Okay, so. That actually took a lot of our... We get 2 casts with that. We need way more resolve. We also need more item consumables to carry. Which is where these are. And we don't have any of the blue herb. Now we can make another health potion. That's nice. We get a lot of leather. Nice. And see, when we get new stuff that we haven't seen before, we create it by talking to her. And then she just gives us some for our inventory. And then going forward, any of that raw herb that we pick up, or we can then, you know, just make consumables out of. Because that's useful. And now we can avoid being poisoned. Hi, Bo. To initiate you into the Dawnlight Order, I bestow upon you a pale candle. Use it to aid any who require help, for that is the greatest calling. It's good to be back at Pardoner's Vale. My name is Sunlight Knight Beatrice. I am a member of the Dawnlight Order. It is the task of those of the Dawnlight Order to aid our fellow Inquisitors. Cooperate to slay mages, and the light of the dawn will smile upon you. A dawn-like cooperator should clad themselves with armor as brilliant as the light of dawn. Which would be nice, if not that they all cost an unreasonable amount of the dawnlight currency. Hi. What are you doing? What are you doing? Are you saying hello? Is that it? Affirm the dawn. Yes, Bo is saying hello. Anyway. So yeah, that is going to be it for tonight. Actually, no, spelled Beua. Thank you all for joining me, and by all of you, I mean, hi George, it's great to see you again. Not really, because I can't actually see you and I'm not talking to you. But anyway, I'm looking forward to next Sunday. We're going to have a great D&D session, and on top of that, maybe you come over this weekend and we stream something together, or have a pizza. I don't know. Either way, have a wonderful night, everybody. Remember, be kind to each other, be kind to yourselves, and do not lose hope, because it's really all we got. And while games like this are difficult, the point is you can keep trying, and eventually you can overcome. So, later, everybody. Have a wonderful time.